Premium brand debate of young stars exclusively on Nigeria Info FM, Abuja.
Students are becoming over-reliant in AI tutoring systems.
The competition is here and they are ready for the showdown. The winner wins 1 million naira and participates in the grand finale with students from finalists around the country. Be part of the debate through sponsorship. Call John on 08037003120.
In conclusion, AI isn't all good or bad. It depends on how we use it.
Alrighty, I hope you had a moment to just catch your breath. Those of you who needed to pick something from your radio, you needed to get to the fridge to get a drink, you needed to grab something and run back to your radio set for the next set of the debate. Hope you grabbed everything because the train is about to move any minute now. We've got our second set of debaters well seated and ready to go for the second round of the semi-finals. We had a very animated, very fiery first set of debaters, Etomi and Omar Benedict Excel. They were incredible. Excelled and has gone on to the finals for Monday. We'll get to see which of the debaters we have seated in the studio will be joining and facing off with Excel for the finals. So, if you're ready, it's I Beg to Differ debate, the very first edition here in the Federal Capital, and we're in the semi-finals. And if you're just joining, you missed the first set, we need to introduce ourselves again. We're the moderator. My name is Kimberly Wachuku.
And I'm Swat. I am your able timekeeper.
And our judges, very, did they say incorruptible judges?
Very incorruptible judges.
Yeah, you can't fault with their position on this. Majid Dahiru, we call him Doctor on the round table. He's a researcher, he's a columnist, he's the tech team lead of Luke Terra Leadership Foundation. And we have
Irene Bangwell, who is the co-founder of the NOSC 100 Naira a Day School in Kuje, and she's also a girl-child coach. They both are constitute our incorruptible panel of judges.
And this debate is powered by PressPay NG, our solid partners. 3G's Restaurant and Hotel here in the Federal Capital have been giving us support. Call to Fly Travels and Tour have been incredible and will ensure that we fly our four best to Lagos to represent Abuja at the national level. But don't forget, the winner for this round of debate goes home with 1 million naira. So, for the motion, regional system of government is the solution to Nigeria's problem. We have Cindy Paul. She's 14-year-old from Rabeto School, Wuse 2, Abuja. Welcome, Cindy.
Thank you.
Chimerenma Eberebe is 13-year-old from Valley Ella Model School here in the Federal Capital. Welcome. Our gracious timekeeper will hand out the paper for them to pick what side of the motion they would be arguing on. Who would support regional system of government as being the solution to Nigerian problem, and who would beg to disagree?
All right, I'm sure you guys are conversant with the drill already, so we'll start with you, Chimerema. Pick a paper, open it, and tell us what side you're on. And Cindy Paul, do the same. What side are you on?
I beg to differ.
And you are?
I
support the motion. All right.
Okay, Chimerema.
I presume you girls are very, very ready.
Yes.
Okay. Cindy Paul, are you ready?
Yes.
Chimerema, why did you take your time? As if, this kind of like, am I ready? You're born ready.
I don't. You know what? The last time Chimerema, we asked her, she said, "No,
I was not ready."
And then she went ahead to win. So whatever she says right now, just
don't be fooled.
I'll just take it with a pinch of salt until the end of the debate.
Do not be fooled by the young lady. She's always ready, I assure you. All right then. So you get the presentation round, the rebuttal round, and the closing. 3 minutes each. If there's a tie, we get to the tiebreaker. You get 5 minutes each. Remember, in your presentation, you'll be rated based on the number of points you make, the quality of your argument, originality and uniqueness of your point, the clarity of thought and eloquence of your presentation. In your rebuttal, they look at the number of points your opponent point you're able to address, the strength of your argument based on those points, the clarity of your thought, your eloquence, your presentation style. All of this will be factored in to your point aggregate. Is that clear? All right. So now that we know what it entails, we might as well get started.
Like I was telling the boys earlier on, 1 million naira is at stake. So you guys, as you marshal out your points, as you spit out your points, envision yourself as millionaires. Okay? At 13-year-old, 14-year-old, I'm sure you'd want that to be part of your record in this life. So, who supports the motion?
I do.
Okay, Chimerema, because you support the motion, your time starts now. You go ahead and support.
Good day, lovely moderators, panel of judges, respected debater, and over-attentive listeners. Welcome to the supporting side of the house. My name is Chimerenma Eberebe, and I'll be debating on the topic which says regional government. Regional government is the solution to Nigeria's problem. What is regional government? Regional government is a system of government in which powers and responsibilities are divided between the federal government, which is the central government, and other constituent authoritative units. Examples like states. Why I support the notion is that regional government has been one that took place between 1954 to 1967, just before Nigeria's civil war. And it has been marked with significant progresses and different development. Regional government has our best interest at heart because Nigeria was divided into 3 major regions, which was the northern, western, and eastern regions, and those were marked with one of the best development in Nigeria. Firstly, better cultural representation. When Nigeria was divided into 3 regions, our cultures were better represented, preserved and represented through these systems of government, where we're divided into the east, which has like Igbo, which is like one of the major ethnic groups in Nigeria, closer to federal. Regional government is closer to the people. The regional government is a system where we have the premier and its cabinet, and each different regions were divided by its own. So we had like our House of Assembly and like an acting prime minister, which was closer to the people, and they had the people's interest at heart. Not like our federal system of government. Before we get to the ears of the president, we need to write petitions upon petitions upon petitions, and there is no guarantee that it might actually get to the ears of the government. Regional system of government is one where security is better enhanced, which each state and each political unit has its own state police, state military, which better enhances political and societal security, political stability. The political system of Nigeria is facing instability, by which the federal government has veto powers. And if Nigeria was divided into different regions, we'll be able to support each other better and minimize the risk of corruption at each levels. Although regional system of government is not a direct way to stop corruption, but it's a way to further reduce it. Thank you.
All right, 3 minutes up.
In 3 minutes.
Yep, that's Chimerenma Eberebe giving us her presentation. And you know when they say use your time wisely, she did use her time wisely in giving her convincing argument in support of the motion that regional system of government is the solution to Nigeria's problem. Well, it's time for us to hear from Cindy Paul, who begs to differ.
Cindy Paul begs to differ. Cindy Paul, may I remind you, 1 million naira is at stake.
Yes.
Envision that.
Okay.
And beg to differ well.
Okay. The topic in contention implies that a regional system of government would be the best solution for Nigeria. Well, I beg to differ. Good afternoon, panel of judges, the moderator, accurate timekeeper, my co-debater, and the esteemed audience. My name is Cindy Paul from Roberto School to Abuja, and today I'm going to be opposing the motion which states that a regional system of government is the solution to Nigeria's problems. First, I believe to drive my point home, it's best for me to enlighten the audience on what a regional government entails. A regional system of government is an administrative body that governs a specific geographic zone in a country, and it usually has the autonomy to make decisions on certain matters. However, I don't believe it's best for all Nigeria to revert back into a regional government, considering our current precarious situations. Now, the following are my points. Number one, economic disparities. Nigeria is a country that is blessed with a lot of wealth, but most of that wealth is not distributed evenly. A regional system of government can cause economic disparities between regions to be exacerbated. It can also cause an uneven development of the resources. Overall, this can cause social unrest and increase in inequality. Hence, the gap between the rich and the poor continues to widen. Second, it can cause regionalism. A regional government can cause regionalism, and it can also bring about secessionist movements. Overall, it can cause a lot of people to be more loyal to their region than they are to the country. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know that one of the contributory factors to the 1967 to 1970 Nigerian Civil War was loyalty to one's region instead of one's country. Third, it can also cause ethnic and religion problems. A regional government can cause ethnic and religion problems, entrenching ethnic and religions, and it can also cause tension between each region and ethnicity. And if this problem happens, it's going to be way more harder to curb than if it was a normal federal government. In my opinion, sectioning the diverse ethnicities with which Nigeria is blessed into just 4 or 6 is not a good representation of this over 250 that exist as of today. Last, it can also cause policy consistency issues. The central government has the responsibility of balancing regional interests and national policies. And if a regional government was to be put into place, then it could threaten the central government authority.
The time is up.
All right. It just feels as if she was getting started with more of her points. And then the talk.
Well, it shows that they're loaded today.
Yeah.
Loaded with lots and lots of points overflowing. Unfortunately, though. But you guys were able to bring it out succinctly as it ought to be.
Indeed. Nothing short of a brilliant performance by Cindy Paul and Chimeremma Eberebe, who have just gone through their presentation, each given 3 minutes, and they've given us their supporting argument for the side of the motion they are on. Chimeremma is on the supporting side of it, while Cindy Paul begs to differ, and she's giving us her points to back that up. We're going to break. When we return, we'll get to hear their rebuttal, where they take on each other's point and argue with it. Don't forget, I beg to differ, semi-finals, and it's powered by 3J's Restaurant and Hotel, Call to Fly Travels and Tour, and our big partner, PressPay NG.
I beg to differ. Going back.
Connection established.
All right. Thank you so much for staying with us. It's the I Beg to Differ debate brought to you by PressPay NG, Call to Fly Travels and Tour, 3J's Restaurant and Hotel. And we're in the semi-finals. The second set of debaters for the semi-finals. The first set, you had Tommy Bernard Samuel and Omar Benedict Excel. Excel went on to the finals. We'll get a final. Which of those gorgeous little ladies will be going to the finals and facing off with Excel? We have CHIMERENMA EBEREBE, 13 from Validela Modern School, and Cindy Paul, 14 from Rabeto Schools, will say to Abuja. Cindy Paul begs to differ. CHIMERENMA supports the motion. Let's get to the rebuttal.
All right, ladies, you know what rebuttal is all about, right?
Yes.
I hope you guys have listened to each other carefully and you are ready to rebut each other. And we will start with you, CHIMERENMA EBEREBE. You have 3 minutes to make your rebuttal as Cindy listens and also does that shortly after. Your 3 minutes starts right about now.
Still on the supporting side of the house, my name is CHIMERENMA EBEREBE, and I'm firmly ready to debunk what my opponent has said. My lovely opponent mentioned regionalism. Although it's not seen as a good thing where different regions compete each other, in this case, it's a good thing. Why do we complain about the federal government not doing enough in these regions if when they are given their own autonomy to do so and better develop their regions? I see this as a good thing because they have their own access to their security, their mineral resources, how they want their regions to be governed, which is what we need at this time for even development. You talked about political tension, which is true in some cases and also not true. Political tension is when they are striving to outdo each other in worst ways through greed and corruption. But in this case, when the government have their own powers to develop their regions in specific ways, they focus on their basic mineral resources and what they can easily achieve, which is a good thing. Significant changes was marked between the time when Nigeria practiced regional government, with the North focusing on agriculture and building universities, the West also focusing on education, and the East focusing on their mineral resources like coal, oil, and tin. You saw that there were significant development in each of these places. You talked about disunity. In these fellow regions where everyone's voice is heard and everyone has a say in how they want to be governed, it only promotes better understanding on each other. Even between cultural and religious barriers, they're still united with one goal to better outdo other regions in terms of development, which is why I further believe that regional government is a way to better progress Nigeria's state, and which is why we need to apply it in today. Thank you.
All right, thank you, CHIMERENMA. You're able to make your points in 2 minutes. Some seconds short of 3 minutes, but that is still good enough.
All right. So you've heard from CHIMERENMA EBEREBE. You've had a rebuttal for 3 minutes. It's time for us to get to Cindy Paul's.
Cindy Paul, are you ready for your rebuttal?
Yes.
Okay, you have 3 minutes to do so, and it starts running now.
Still standing on the existing protocol, my name remains Cindy Paul. I can acknowledge the fact that my opponents made some very valuable points, but I still stand in my stance and my opinion still differs from theirs. First of all, my opponents mentioned that a regional government connects the people of the nation with the government, and there will be more interference. The people of the nation would be more active in the political state of the country. Well, to that, I'd like to say that can be a very easy breeding ground for corruption. We have to understand that Nigeria of today, Nigeria of 2024, is not the same Nigeria of 1960 or 1966. The people of Nigeria today, most of them, they are more interested in their personal gain than what they can do for the country. If you take anybody from the streets and ask them if they would try to better the country, if they're in a political power, they would most likely say no, that they try to better their lives. That's what a regional government can can cause, a lot of these people would abuse these resources that they have easy access to better their lives, to take their children abroad, to make sure that their further generations, which are not even born yet, are set for life, while the rest of the people are still suffering in the country. Second, my opponent also mentioned cultural. My opponents mentioned that it lets the people of Nigeria be more their culture to be more profound. Well, to that I say that it can also cause unhealthy competition between regions. If some people between the regions can easily start comparing their region with the region of the others, they can say, oh, can't you see that region? Can't you see what's the region they are doing? Can't you see how they live? Can't you see how much theirs is better than ours? And that can cause arguments not only within culture, but it can also cause unhealthy rivalry between the regions. My opponent also said something about my point, and I would like to correct. I said it can cause religious and ethnical tension, not political tension, and that is something that even without a regional government we are seeing today in Nigeria, where it's not new to anybody that some of the major two religions in Nigeria is Christianity and Islam, and a lot of people in these religions do not like that of the other people's religion. It can cause even more tension instead of pacifying this hostility. It can cause hatred and even can cause violence tendencies, as people may not like when some of another regions trespassing into their region. It can further divide the country into different regions instead of a whole nation. So in conclusion, I'd like to say that instead of focusing on what divides us, we should focus on what unites us as a beautiful country. Thank you.
Well, you finished right on the dot. 3 minutes. Like you had a clock in your head or something. Nice one.
All right, we are done with the rebuttal. We have heard of both sides take on each other's argument and counter-argued it, and would give them some time to put their thought together as we get to the closing. The closing argument would also be rated quite seriously. So you need to give us your good finishing. You need to keep the tempo up a little. Let's feel it. The energy as you give us your closing argument. 3 minutes each. If there's a tie, we'll get to a tiebreaker. The judges will determine that. Don't forget, it's I Beg to Differ debate, the very first edition in the federal capital, and we're in the semi-finals. The finals will be happening on Monday, 3 p.m. Excel has already gone through. He's seated at the table waiting for either of Cindy or Chimeremma Eberebe to join him there for the prize money of 1 million naira, courtesy Press Pay NG. We pay, you pay. 3J's Restaurant and Hotel and Call to Fly Travels and Tours. Don't forget, our judges are Majid Dahiru and Irene Bangwell.
And thank you too for all the comments that we see coming in, encouraging, hailing, and just pushing the girls to go on. Lovath Okechukwu, Kenneth Jim, Ehis Walter, Chibuzo Emmanuel, and Abdulaziz Usman. We see you and we thank you for your kind comments.
Yeah, Abdulaziz seemed to think the girls are really calm compared to the fire the boys we came with.
Oh, well.
You know, if it's avatar setting, this will be water and, I don't know.
Water.
And air. They were
water and air.
Fire
and brimstone.
And earth. You haven't seen the avatar, so now I know why.
I'm not.
All right. Okay, then. Let's go on a break. We'll be back for the closing.
I Beg to Differ. Going back.
Abuja.
Hello, my name is Kimberly Nwachukwu. I'm the host of Hard Facts, and I bring you the biggest stories driving conversation every weekday here on 95.1 Nigeria Info Hard Fact Show. I love to get your opinion and conjectures, but the facts you cannot dispute here on Hard Facts. Join me and let's talk.
Let's talk about something.
Nigeria Info Abuja edition of
I Beg to Differ.
I Beg to Differ.
I Beg to Differ student debate is back on. It's opened.
16 active, intelligent, brilliant debaters for the I Beg to Differ debate.
Back on track right now.
And you can be a part of it if you are a secondary school student. You are age
13 to 16.
You can compete for a grand prize of
1 million naira.
So registration is open right now.
If you go to our site, you see the debate. All right, some pep talk, and we are ready to go for the finals. Looking at the motion, regional system of government is the solution to Nigeria's problem. Is it or isn't it? Well, that's what the debate is about. And CHIMERENMA EBEREBE firmly supports the motion, while Cindy Paul begs to differ. They've got 3 minutes each to give us their perfect finish. 3 minutes. Give us your perfect closing.
All right, we had fire and earth in the first instance. Maybe we would see a little change or some sort of dynamism coming at the close. Hopefully so. Right, we begin the closing with you, CHIMERENMA EBEREBE, and you have 3 minutes. Your time starts running now.
In conclusion, to my supporting side, I want to point out the ability of Nigeria to be better if we practice regional system of government. Governors of different states are laid back and lazy, and they're not doing their jobs because they don't have the autonomy and power. Everything is vested in the hands of the federal government, who takes charge of both things that concerns them and things that doesn't concern them. When our governors and regions are given the power they need to better their states, it will lead to better development of their areas. Once they focus on their mineral resources, their abilities, it won't only bring development to their regions but to the whole Nigeria, because they affect each other in certain ways. The mineral resources in the east is used to develop other parts of Nigeria, and the education is what we need today to better reduce the illiteracy in our land. Regional system of government is a system where everyone has their own, when different regions have their own powers, and every citizen feels like they belong there. They have a say in it. That brings me to the 2014 National Confab during the time of Goodluck Jonathan, where different leaders, different governors from different places, people in authority, people supporting youth groups, students, women empowerment, and other things came together to decide on the better future of Nigeria. Although regional government was not mentioned in that, they talked about giving the government more power and autonomy to make their own decisions, which is what I'm trying to emphasize. We might not need to practice regional government, but we need our government to sit up. We need our governors to start doing something instead of always sending petitions to the federal government to have things done. They could pull their weight once in a while instead of coming to the federal capital to join the National Assembly just to have their voices heard. If they were empowered enough, they could stay in their regions and promote unity and development just like our forefathers wanted for this country. Thank you.
3 minutes short of about 45 seconds was what CHIMERENMA took to close her point down.
All right, then. So we've heard CHIMERENMA EBEREBE's closing argument. She's 13 from Valley de Ella Modern School. Time for us to hear the closing from Cindy Paul, 14 from Rabeto School.
All right. Cindy Paul, your closing starts now. You have 3 minutes. It starts running now.
I believe that a regional system of government will not be the solution to Nigeria's problems. I feel like instead of Nigeria to focus on what can actually better the country, they would end up going and start diverting and start trying to do this, trying to do that, to try and waste time, to try and while away time, maybe to further take advantage of the resources that Nigeria is blessed with. My opponent said something about the governors not having enough autonomy to make decisions to better the state. Well, I believe my opponent is quite reaching with that statement, because I believe it's not just because they don't have any type of autonomy. I believe they are lazy. I believe they do not want to necessarily better the country. They just want to embezzle funds. Maybe they only have their best interests in heart. So how exactly would regionalism make such governors or such people in charge make them try and better the country? I believe instead of making them want a better future for Nigeria, it's just give them invitation or an opening to continue to take advantage of the natural resources that Nigeria is blessed with. What about the places in Nigeria that are not blessed with resources? What will happen to them? How will they better themselves? What will happen to them? Some of these regions may be too maybe selfish or may not want to share their resources with these regions. Maybe because they are different regions and we cannot share these resources with you. Or maybe it's just because nobody actually wants to care or nobody wants to listen to the needs of those that are suffering, of those that do not have any of this. What about those people? Also, you also have to understand that Nigeria is not at a point in time where regionalism would help in any type of way, especially since corruption is rampant, embezzlement of funds is rampant. How exactly would regionalism help to curb those? How would regionalism help to curb insecurity? How would regionalism help to curb kidnapping? All these bad things that are happening in this country, because it can only try to help the economic state of the country, but even that we have no say on what is going to happen, because it's those in charge that would decide if that is going to happen or not, and even then they can decide that they just want to embezzle funds and take advantage of the resources. If you ask me, regionalism cannot be the solution to Nigeria's problems, and we should focus on what exactly could help to curb all these negative things and further the country, instead of diverting and choosing different ways to waste time. In conclusion, I don't believe that regionalism could help Nigeria in any way, shape or form, and we should focus on what unites us as a country and also how to make the country a better place for both you and I. Thank you.
All right. Cindy Paul with a closing remark. And I am sure now that they have both done with their closing, we'll get to find out from the judges, Majid Tahiru, Irene Bangwell, what they make of their presentation, their rebuttal, and their closing. I remember we reeled out all of the indices that will be used to compute the numbers and would await the outcome of that. Kenneth Jim on YouTube says, fine wrap-up, girls. Nice argument from both ends. You were both great. Read more from there. Seeing that you don't have WhatsApp, so I'll take from WhatsApp.
Hadiza Abdul is so proud of the girls. Chibuzo Emmanuel says, interesting arguments I've heard today. Kudos to all the debaters today. More great. Thank you so much. Chinelo Okafor, we also see you said these girls are really grounded in this motion. Well done, girls. While Isaac Akogu said, if only our lawmakers can be this calm, nobody will be throwing chairs in the hollow chambers. Can you imagine? That's where your mind is going to. Okay, we see your message. Abenico Joshua, he said the girls are too good. Oh, now well done, Kim and Swat. And also, we see you, Isaac Akogu. You are saying well done to the girls. Abdulaziz Usman, thank you. And I think that's how much we have.
All right, John from Duse Abuja says, I thoroughly enjoyed their presentation. The delivery was so engaging that I lost all track of time. By any measure, they are effective speakers and future educators. I found the debate regarding capital punishment and regional government especially intriguing. Kudos to them. They're all winners. Abuja is proud of you. Go boys, go girls. John sent that one in. I'm impressed. If government schools have been this good, even the educational system is faulty, what if government schools are well equipped? Okay, Zion from Brighter Wings, Kwankwashi sent that one in. And let's see here. Okay, this one is from earlier, so let's leave it out. Excellent debate, excellent moderation, excellent judges. Nice one. Bosan Haruna from Paduma in Asokoro sent that one. And Victor says, I'm sorry to disturb you, but I really need help. Okay, needing help. We'll get to that a bit. What baffles me is even this generation children in the studio got solution to Nigeria's problem. The question is, could it be that the government officials... Okay, you put a lot of labels. Albert, we don't want to get into any hot water. We'll leave it out. Someone is asking about who is related to who. Okay, we don't know what you're talking about. Hope no. Okay, Felix from Kadu. Thank you very much. We'll leave that one out. Facebook, for some reason, I am sure a technical problem. We couldn't stream on Facebook. Sorry about that. For those who are on Facebook, go check it out on YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja. My goodness, 13 and 14-year-old speaking so eloquently. Indeed, Nigeria is blessed. And bravo, kids. Michael from Kuba sent that one in.
Okay, Biadun Odemi also just dropped a message saying these girls are so calm and articulate in their presentation, while Williams Peter said they are making us proud. Ade Kole Matthew said, truly, they are leaders of tomorrow. And then Kenneth Jim, we also see your message. Fine wrap-up, girls, and nice arguments.
Yeah, and okay, Dan Ladi from Wuse, we see your comment also. Thank you very much for sending them in. And we'll take a call or two while we wait for the verdict of our judges to come in. Don't forget, this is the semi-finals. The finals will be on Monday, 3 p.m. One of them will go home with 1 million naira from Presspay NG. And thanks to 3J's Restaurant, Call to Fly Travels and Tour, incredible partners for this debate. We hope it will be bigger next time and with more prize money, more consolation prizes, and more partners who will join on board. Our judges are Irene Bangwell, Majid Dahiru, computing the figures, putting the numbers together, and we'll get to see how it tallies.
Okay, so we'd appreciate a kind word or two from you, the audience listening, either on our WhatsApp or our phone lines.
Yeah.
Hello.
Remember, keep it generic. We haven't heard from the
judges yet.
Yeah, so don't give us any winner or loser.
Good afternoon, Auntie Kim.
Welcome.
Thank you so very much for this wonderful program that you people have introduced. My name is David Adam Shoot. I'm calling from Central area right now. I was overwhelmed. Oh, I'm overwhelmed with this presentation. Sincerely, I'm proud of these girls. Thank you so very much, girls. Keep it up. Please, don't change. Don't change. I just want to say kudos to them all. All of them, they are winners. Thank you very much, Auntie Kim.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's hear another caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Kim and Swar, good afternoon. My name is Usam for God.
Welcome, Mr. Usam.
And I want to appreciate Nigerian Info for this talent hunt. I want to appreciate all the sponsors for this talent hunt as well. I almost missed out of this debate until a caller, a fan of Nigerian Info, just chatted me and said, "Are you listening to the debate?" And God, I tuned in. I love the family. But for the family, I would have probably missed this because I didn't look at time and I was engaged somewhere. Thank you, Nigerian Info. Thank you all those brands that have put this together. Thank you to those wonderful children, their parents and their school. I am proud. I mean, there is hope in this country. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's hear you next.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And welcome.
My name is Godfrey.
Okay.
Now, how do we feel? Everybody feels great because this is debate. These are children who have shown that they prepared themselves for a competition. What a million naira. For me, in fact, after the first day, I complained and everybody rounded me and started bullying me. I stopped listening and decided to listen today. I am so happy, so impressed. This is something you listen to and it makes you happy. Not that people will not prepare, they just hear money and they rush in without getting ready. I am so impressed. All of them that competed today, all of them are potential winners. Even if they lose, they should go with their shoulders held high. They have all done well. This is what I was expecting the first day I listened. They are good. They are intelligent. They are creative. And they showed maximum preparation. They trained themselves for this competition.
Thank you, Mr. Godwin.
I'm proud of them. And I'm proud of you people, too.
Thank you.
Organizing this kind of a thing. Next time, other children will get themselves prepared for this. We have more. We have intelligent children in this country.
All right.
Hello.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We need to get to the verdict now, and our returning officer has returned. As you can see on the screen, the big one
is approaching the chamber.
Yeah.
Handing over the results.
And again, I don't know. I'm a little jittery. I'm not one of the debaters. I'm not the one vying for 1 million naira.
You can't help but be jittery.
Do. It's coming from my heart.
Oh, is this fast?
Indeed. And oh boy. It is almost a tie.
I promise
apparently. So, Interesting. From our judges, and thanks to our sponsors, Press Pay NG, 3J's Restaurant and Hotel, and Call to Fly Travels and Tour. Our debater, CHIMERENMA EBEREBE, 13 from Valide Ella School, supported the motion that regional system of government is the solution to Nigerian problem. For her presentation, she got a 5. In her rebuttal, she got a 6. Her closing earned her a 4. Her style of presentation, 13. In total, she got 28. Cindy Paul, who is voting from Rebuttal School, will say 2, who begged to differ on the motion. For her presentation, she got a 6. In her rebuttal, she got a 6. In her closing, she got a 6. Her style of presentation came up to 11, and in total, she got 29.
That was a very,
It was almost a tiebreaker, guys.
Close.
With just 1 point.
Man. Oh.
Cindy Paul gets to the finals.
Congratulations, Cindy. Thank you. And you know, the way she started was so dramatic. Like, you went and then you came back and now you're in the final. How does that make you feel? First of all, when they told you, like, okay, this is the end of the road for you.
Cindy Paul was our wild card in the round
she
of
was
16.
just a wild card.
Her point was so high when we finished the round of 16, even though she faced off with Excel. It was Excel, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he knocked you out. But your point was high. After the round of 16, she had to come back as our wild card.
So I'm asking, like, how does the whole, you know, the dramatic twist and turn and you being in the final now, how does that make you feel?
I can't explain. When I heard that I was not going to go, I was relieved from the stress.
Okay, because there's a lot of work that you put in studying, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But I can only thank God.
All right, then. CHIMERENMA EBEREBE, you were as cool as a cucumber today. And I heard that you had a little bit of a cold coming into the studio and all of that. But you did great. Don't think your cold affected you. You were brilliant in your argument and your presentation. But you know how it is. 1 point can make all the difference. And that's what Cindy came up with, 1 point difference.
How do you feel right now?
Relieved.
yeah, really.
Exam and practicing and preparing
for this.
Yeah. So
we were told.
It took a little toll on you, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Did you write a paper today?
Yes.
Oh dear, you wrote an exam before coming here. Please applaud this chick. I hope you did not write debate points in that exam. because there's a way your head will be through the paper.
That's genius.
I believe that regional system of government when you're writing economics.
You know, because I'm thinking, how would you combine reading and ensuring that you're so grounded in it and then writing an exam and then coming out to also marshal out your points very seamlessly the way you did. You deserve all the accolades. Congratulations. You did well. We're so proud of you.
We're really proud of you. Guys, you did great. So Cindy Paul, you get to face off with Excel.
Again.
You listen to him.
Again.
Excel knocked you out in the playoff. Do you think you can beat Excel in the finals?
Absolutely.
He was the one who kicked you out in the first instance.
I like the what did you hear what she said? Absolutely. I need to applaud you for that. Absolutely.
Maybe you need to go and listen to Beyonce. Who run the world,
girls?
Maybe to charge you up. Because Excel is a moving trade. The dude is on fire. I wish you all the very best.
But you're also on fire, you know. So don't look at Excel. Look at your abilities. Look at the fact that you made it this far, and it's absolutely amazing. So you have everything it takes to also win this.
I believe you. I believe you 100%.
Yes.
All right. We'll take some calls quickly. 0700 951 0000 or 0809 5974 869. And our WhatsApp number is 0809 9930137. Let's hear this caller.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon, Ryder.
You're welcome.
Swat is me, Amaka.
Oh, Amaka, welcome.
Thank you. Honestly, Swat, I was supposed to do my stuff in the hospital. I had to carry a small radio. You know, one of my friends said, this one is a fan of Nigerian Info.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I would just think, yes. They actually tried. I'm really impressed. I love their arguments and all that. And I just wish them all the best. Honestly, I'm so excited. I think I should carry my bag now and go home.
Don't forget to catch us for the finals.
Thank you, Amaka.
Thank you, Amaka.
Hello.
Let me off my radio, please.
Please do so, Mom.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Kim and Swat.
Welcome.
Thank you. Happy weekend. Yeah. This is Mary from Gwagwalada, this student. I am sweating and smiling and cooking and enjoying myself. These children are on fire. Thank God they are Nigerians. They are hot. Their brains are hot. They are making us very proud. In fact, I'm very proud of their parents. I'm proud of their teachers. I'm proud of the children themselves. I wish they will use one senator as allowance and give to these children. They are too much. Some of the things they are saying, these people eating big money don't know it. Can't stand like that and talk. These children are on fire. The sky is their stepping stone. They've just started. Even the ones who weren't pronounced winners are already winners.
Honestly, I agree with you.
Because any platform they find themselves, I'm sure they are going to hit the ground running. They are on fire. Congratulations, kids. You are doing very well. We are very proud of you.
Yeah.
Congratulations, girls. You are doing very well.
Respond. You don't have anyone for her. Thank you.
Kim, she said.
Yes, thank you.
Mary said something about, the senator's allowance. What we're giving them at least is half of the prayer in the email.
Let's go for this quick break.
Okay.
Indeed, it is. You live in Abuja and you're planning to study abroad. This is Nigeria Info.